3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride.
The NFL on EA Sports has come to the Twin Cities at U.S. Bank Stadium in downtown Minneapolis. The scene a short time ago, this crowd decked out in purple, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. We're ready for football, folks, as the Vikings get set to do Texans. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Check. Walk 54. Tighten up.
Josh Ferguson with his first carry. And not much. Maybe a yard up to the 29.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Out of the gun, Watson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Stephen Weatherly, credit him with the sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. 3rd and long, it's Watson. Escaping under pressure again, and down he goes again. The defensive end, Daniil Hunter, drops him.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. It's probably a pretty good sign here on the opening drive if your guys from the secondary are coming up and spilling things in the backfield.
How about the adrenaline and aggressiveness that led his eyes to the backfield to run up there and make that tackle, setting a tone early for his defense.
I'm going to wedge that, huh? I'm coming after you. Gun. Motion to backfield. Motion to the backfield.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 15 yards on the play. 1st down.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Cousins now to throw on first down. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Adam Thielen, 53 yards. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. A shotgun snap for Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Texans first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down. A first down carry here for Johnson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. Now, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On first down, Johnson. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
The Texans with a first opportunity now from the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Watson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. There for the sack, Emerson Griffin.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. After the sack on first down, Watson to the goal line, but it's incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas, and it's 3rd down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. A 16-yard touchdown as they are now on the board here in the first half. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offensive summit.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Cousins gives way to Cook. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And an alley to run. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Buying time to his left. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was Laquan Treadwell. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, let's have some fun while we have a minute here. Fantasy drafts are in full swing. I know I've got my family fantasy draft coming up, Charles. Who would be your top 3 picks? I know that you're a noted fantasy football expert, so who would you take?
Well, you've got to start with guys who are going to touch the football and put it in the end zone, right? You got to score points. How about Saquon Barkley with the Giants? You know he's going to run it. He's going to catch it. When they get desperate, they may actually have him return it as well. Alvin Kamara is an absolute matchup nightmare for everyone. And Christian McCaffrey, did he ever come off the field last year? And, you know, this guy, he's a threat to be a 1,000-yard runner and a 1,000-yard receiver, as is Kamara. So this is going to be fun to watch. I can't wait to see those guys do their thing. But there are plenty of other guys out there, too. If Zeke comes along, you got to take him. Melvin Gordon, if they both come to camp, we'll see how that works out. How about Todd Gurley and his health? Because, boy, when he touches the ball, great things usually happen.
And then wondering, someone like Le'Veon Bell took the year off, now a new offense. But if he starts going like he used to, he's obviously going to be a good one.
Fresh legs is what you're counting on with Le'Veon Bell and a fresh start in New York with the Jets. And if you're looking for an exciting rookie, remember this. Kyler Murray's going to get the ball from the first snap, and they're going to leave him in there throughout. And as long as he stays healthy, he's going to pitch it around the park a bunch. Don't be surprised if he gets a little love, too.
Cousins throw complete to Thielen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
Watch that in. Got his way. Hey, 382. Hey, gun. 3 down. Watch that.
From the red zone now, Cousins. Oh, nearly a disaster there on the check down. But they'll get it back.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a run with Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Well, they got the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7.
14, Texans 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Texans take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. From the gun, Watson. That's caught by his tight end, Jordan Akins. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And an alley to run. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Here's Watson. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hopkins. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Set. 19.
On first down, Watson. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
It's now 2nd and 10.
So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. The kick by Fairbairn is good. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that. First down, here's the run with Cook. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14. For the backup, Abdullah. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third. And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Ready? No chance. Sponge. No.
Third and short yardage, Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. A first down throw for Cousins. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good. I
agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona, everyone excited about it, and I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in, but the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning, and he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington, but they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. From the gun, a run for Johnson. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson flushed out right. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. On 4th down, Watson. That's to his running back, complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Watson on first down. Flush to his right. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Mackenzie Alexander with a pick. Well, Charles, while we have a moment, you know what we need to do here is give a nod to the new Hall of Famers who were brought into Canton and inducted on August the 3rd. Champ Bailey, Pat Bolin, Gil Brandt, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law, Kevin Mawai, Ed Reed, and Johnny Robinson, all part of the class.
Fantastic class. When you talk about guys who played at a top level, obviously they're Hall of Famers. But what I found interesting about it is you've got a great pass catcher, the best pass-catching tight end in history, in Tony Gonzalez. How would he like to work against his secondary? Champ Bailey and Ty Law at corner, Ed Reed and Johnny Robinson at safety. Good luck trying to get open against those 4. What a matchup that would have been. But it was a terrific night for those gentlemen. Congratulations. And, of course, Ed Reed's bust will go down in history because they got the hair exactly right, and Ed had a ball up there in his Hall of Fame speech.
And remember, next year they're going to celebrate the centennial year of the NFL with a special class of 20. So get ready for those speeches.
I wonder if they'll do it like Johnny Robinson this year, who actually submitted a video instead of going up to the podium. And his speech was about 5 minutes long, which is probably about the right length.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. Cook with a first down and much more. And down to the 29-yard line. 15 yards on the play, first down. I tell you, they didn't give it to him much for the first 3 quarters, but when they have, he's been efficient. Maybe they ride him more here down the stretch.
Hey, I'm not sure it was actually in the game plan for him to have as few carries as he has, but it might play out really well for them now. As you noted, they want to ride him down the stretch. He should have fresh legs.
11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Cousins now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10.
41. Receiver. Wild Bill.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, he's got Treadwell. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
X3, 218, chopper. Mike, 55, right there in the middle, 55.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Zebra. Check right. Watch 55.
I don't even know why this team.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And that is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And this Texans defense stands tall. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They'll look to throw. He's good. A crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Anthony Harris. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
At the 47-yard line.
Check.
Cousins now after the fumble recovery. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Weil now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
On the ground, this is Johnson. Tackle made there by the UCF man, Mike Hughes.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
At the 25-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Watson now to throw. Fuller brings it in over the middle. A big play there on the catch and run. 52 yards.
I know it was a completion, but probably not the best decision to throw the ball into the middle of the field here. No timeouts. Give a ton of credit to him making the catch and finding a way to get to the sideline and get out of bounds.
Back to throw. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here. He's back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what? It got done. They now have the lead with that touchdown this late in the contest. I wonder if that was a play they were holding or a play that they just knew would work from past experience.
Well, I just saw it in their eyes on the sideline before starting that last drive, and they did. You're right. They got it done. Looks like they're going to be the winners. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken at the 3. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late, right before the whistle. Then the ensuing kickoff. They were hoping for magic on the other side, but couldn't get that spark.
Fun if you won. and fun for us because we got to watch it and call it. That magic that you were talking about didn't occur at the end, but what a game all the way through.
How many of y'all came to win?
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support ride. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winning side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work I need that, hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my hit is real good, we don't need your feedback. They clear the way with my crew coming through. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. What I do? Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do? Lace up the shoes, leave it in the street, case on the news.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. They do it big here in Houston, and a second ago it was a Texas-sized welcome for their hometown guys. They're fired up and ready to go as they get set to match up with Phillip Rivers and the Los Angeles Chargers. This fielded at the 2. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Quarterback, don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to swear you up. Don't get nervous. Wait. Check out, please. Wait.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
Rivers hands off to Eckler. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on third down?
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Third and short yardage. Rivers under a heavy rush, and down he goes. The lightning rod, J.J. Watt with a sack. They're indeed going for it. It's Rivers, and it is incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and the Texans take over an excellent field position. On first and 10, Watson. And oh, look at that, a diving catch.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You circle the Pro Bowl. Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. That's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
On first down, it's Watson. That's caught. It's Thomas. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up first and goal.
First down. First and goal at the 4-yard line.
What is that? 19. Check
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field.
On first and goal, they'll try the option left. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
At the 9-yard line.
Now from the 9, here's second and goal. Running from the gun, Johnson. And good pursuit yet again by the Chargers as they stuff him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably...
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. 10 yards on the touchdown pass. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball out of the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
Come on, let's go. The Chargers take over first and 10.
The Charger drive about to get going. And last time out, went for it on fourth down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on fourth down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for me. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out.
Check 390. Snap 180. Check 180.
Check 24. Check 24.
On 3rd down, here's Eckler. And an alley to run. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. Bit of a surprise. They ran it on 3rd and medium. Proved to be the right call. 1st and 10.
And the Chargers first down.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player as well as a physical specimen.
They run on 1st down with Jackson. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 14.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-libs.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal. trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. To throw, Rivers. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Hunter Henry, but now it's third and goal. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Throwing Rivers. Got a man, it's Allen for the Charger touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab as they are now on the board here in the first half. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense too.
That's a great point because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with still more than a minute to go in the half, time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to...
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Denzel Perryman. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down in the hands of the wrong team.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Red, Delta! Left! Hey, Delta! White, 89, get high!
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. On third and 1, here's Rivers to the goal line, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Derwin James with a pick, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. But what do you think? You get the ball at the turnover near the middle of the field, you take a shot here in the first play?
You know I'm big on that. I love when I have great field position after a turnover. I feel like I might have a little bit off balance. I prefer to take a shot, but a lot of coaches will tell you you only do it if you trust the guy who's got the football in his hands. Meaning, if it's not there, he won't force it downfield and maybe turn into an...
Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10.
52. Hey, 31.
After the interception, here's Watson. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. To throw is Watson. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin Ingram dropping the hammer off the edge. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And he will find a man here as Thomas comes open. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down.
Help me out, partner. Did they use up all their juice on 2nd down when they got the sack? Because on 3rd down, 0 pressure all the time in the world, and he picks up the 1st down with that throw.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Johnson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
From the 44, Watson, and he'll find QT on the right side complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
49's the mic. Watch 49.
Hey, watch your leg.
Hey, alert. 49. 49's the mic. 49's the mic. Here we go.
From the gun on 3rd, Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 32-yard line.
That's another Texans 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's a carry for a former starter. This is Lamar Miller. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. From the gun, here's Watson. He gets it left side to Johnson. Give him 7 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions.
Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it and picked up by the Chargers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
The tackle that time by Zach Cunningham. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Houston. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. To throw is Rivers. Complete. Hunter Henry with the ground. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
Check back, check back. 55.
Rivers now to throw on first down. And some room to work. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play, a turnover forced, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick six, fourth quarter, that is a game-changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Hey, 71! 76!
On third down, Rivers caught left side, Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The result of first down is a quick slant gets him 14. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And his throw's going to be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Deshaun Gibson. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
A first down carry now for Miller. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Call it a loss of 6 on the play. And it'll make this a 2nd and long. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. 2nd and long, but you got to figure this almost certainly another run. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Jerry Tillery able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Now Watson. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game. At the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Rivers to throw. And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now a desperation throw deep, and that's caught inside the 35. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow.
Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you get a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Forced out to his left. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Jordan Thomas, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. With 2 seconds left in regulation, this to force overtime. And his kick is good. And that will tie things at 17-all. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
As we said, they control their own destiny now. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. Will Fuller, nobody there to stop him. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.
Time to bring the bass bird. Swear I'm going big like a lineman. She want bring the limes in. She wanna pull up to the crib, we can't dine in. Up right away, couldn't even get a vine in. Straight with the money we aligned in. Tell me how they broke, tryna chime in. Jesus watching over here in diamonds. He the only reason why I do not get violent. Ay, cause he gave me patience. Ay, swear that all makes sense. Ay, when you making bands can make friends. Cause I know they tryna shit like Ray Bans. Got a bad little shorty wasting. And I own it, I ain't gotta pay rent. Hey, I know we the ones that ain't them. Pull both hands together and I'm saying amen. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm going big, going big. Everywhere I go, they know the click. Way too many wins, they know the shit. They was hating, know they sick, acting like they know me. Cause I'm
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to legendary Lambeau Field in Green Bay. We all know this community lives for its Packers, and the green and gold came out of the tunnel a short time ago, and it was loud. We are ready for football, so are they, as the Packers get set to match up with the Houston Texans. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's do this. With 18. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Over.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. The left side throw complete to Adams.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Get 300. Hey, Charlie. Right here, 41 Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, 4-1's Mike. 4-1's Mike.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Adams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. Now Rodgers. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3.
Showing it. Teammate. 50.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Rodgers to throw once more. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And an alley to run. And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Rodgers. This one to the right, caught by Valdez-Scantling. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 15-yard line. Rodgers will bring him up to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 6 of 7 now on this drive. Into the red zone. It's Rodgers. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It's the Wisconsin native and former Badger, J.J. Watt. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now Rodgers. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. J.J. Watt picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
On 3rd and long, it's Rodgers being chased out left. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. So on now for the Packers at their all-time leading scorer, Mason Crosby. This one from 48 yards away. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 27. The drive will start with Josh Ferguson, and they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Preston Smith there on the stop.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
from the 29. Watson, pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Rashawn Gary, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Watson now to throw, escaping the pressure right. Man open, that's Kiki QT complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Out of the gun, Watson. Over the middle, that's caught by QT. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 39 yards, and the Texans have taken the lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And a methodical drive last time, but they couldn't get that knockout blow. They had to settle for 3.
But you got to like what they've been doing along the way, right? It's almost like the body blows, the setup punch. As you said, they didn't get the knockout blow here, but that doesn't mean it can't come later in the game on another possession. And the defense on the other side,
maybe a little gas,
yeah,
right?
A little tired. And if nothing else, they just feel relieved getting upfield, only giving up 3. They don't exactly feel like they've handled the offense.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. Here's Rodgers to throw. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 67 yards. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gained?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go ahead and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
On 2nd and goal. Rodgers. This will be caught at about the 6. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Rodgers again now. Toward the pylon, caught. A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. On the sneak, Rodgers. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. They try the sneak, but not enough push. He doesn't get in. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Now the question, what do you do here? Time not really an issue. You got over a minute, but you figure from this spot you need a good 50, 60 yards to even consider a field goal try.
Yeah, so there's optimism there, but there's also a little bit of restraint, right? You got to make sure you don't take a sack here. Don't end up in the end zone. Ball gets stripped. You could give up 2 points in that occasion, or maybe even 6 if you can't get on it and recover it yourself. So make sure you protect the guy throwing the football if indeed that's the plan of attack.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the end zone, Watson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
At the 31-yard line.
So after the INT, it's Rodgers. Pass incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as...
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Jimmy Graham as the first half is winding down. And once again, the Packers, they're back out in front. Crosby connects on the extra point, and the lead is now 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Now, we're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Hopkins. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half on as the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it with Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson caught left side, Hopkins. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. He has a 1st down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
1st down, Texans.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Watson. And Thomas has it. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Watson looks to throw again. Throwing the out route and complete. That's Hopkins. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8. Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Watson flushed out right. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. And he's in. It's a Houston Texans touchdown. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the 3rd quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. Throwing now is Rodgers. Got a man, that's Allison. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. It's caught here by Adams. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Davante Adams. 58 yards as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and that will level the playing field at 17 all. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And these two teams have traded touchdowns so far with their first possessions here in the third quarter, so we're right back to where we started at intermission.
Yeah, how about that? Tied at the half, tied after the first two drives of the third quarter, one for each. That tells me that someone's defense has got to step up and make a big play and try and change the momentum of this game.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Out of the pistol, here's Johnson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Back now at Lambeau. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the third down stop. A shotgun snap for Watson. And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. Rashawn Gary able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. The Texans send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable here for Davis. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Steps away to his left. And left side here, it's Graham. And it's a fumble. And the Texans scoop it. And he'll take it across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
Well, so much for the 4-minute offense. They were trying to reduce the clock, get in position to win the game, and leave no time for them to come back and catch them. And guess what? They turned the ball over. Yeah, I mean, they had it all set up for themselves, and they let it get away.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Watson. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught. Watson to Hopkins for a huge hookup. 41 yards. What a game it's been for this duo.
They remind me of a good comedy team. They know how to play off of each other so well. No matter how one riffs, the other's right there to pick them up, and they are shredding them in this ball game.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They turn to the fullback, Gillespie. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller taking it in. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Flush to his right. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, and the Texans scoop it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. And they were hoping to get down there, get the score, and get this thing into overtime. How deflating.
Absolutely. I mean, let's face it, heartbreaking. They had an opportunity, had a chance, and probably were feeling pretty good about what was going on, and that was taken away from them by their own mistake.
Well, the opportunity squashed. The throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
I'm coming after you. Hey, orbit.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
41 Mike. Hey, wahoo! 41's coming. 41's a Mike. Man, I can get it.
Rodgers going to go on 4th down. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Bradley Roby there defensively. So now let's look at the situation. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining, so barring a first down, they could conceivably get the ball back.
So now it's all about defense and stopping the clock. Don't give up any yardage, right? Use your timeouts. And your offense always practices going downfield without timeouts. You know, those 2-minute drills, most of them are run in practice without the benefit of timeouts. And we'll make it as tough a situation as possible. They're in it right now.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
This is it. 19. Hey, 59.
Now it's Watson. He'll buy some time right. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just 70 seconds left to go in the game. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, I mean, they've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves.
And he's into the clear. He's at the 30, 10, and he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high-percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this will be recovered by the Texans. So victory appears to be in sight. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
So good starting field position for them here as they come up first and